Could they please stand behind? Babe, when someone is talking, don't do that. Yeah, okay. I need my riser. Got it. We're starting in 5 minutes. A warm welcome. Good morning. Just allow us 5 minutes to make sure that we're all well settled in. Meanwhile, a humble request to everyone to try keeping your phones on silent. And if you're taking videos, do tag Karnavati University and UID. Just allow us 5 minutes to start. Can we start? Karan, अरे मैं स्टार्ट करूँ बोल चिल्लम चिल्ली नहीं करे उधर. I'm starting. और बीच में राइजर आए तो ले आइयो प्लीज. मैं लास्ट कर रही हूँ, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा यार. Ladies and gentlemen, while we are waiting for the crowd to clear, let's all just start by, I think, giving a lot of love and warm welcome to all our guests who are going to be the part of Ahmedabad Design Week 7.0. Could we have a huge round of KU applause? We can do better than that, yaar. Good morning. 7 years of Ahmedabad Design Week. We started at IDC, India Design Confluence. और रितेश सर ये देख के अक्सर लगता है कि 7 साल अपनी उम्र भी बढ़ रही है. But to creativity, to love, and to many other things, KU, are you ready for Ahmedabad Design Week 7.0? Okay, we can do better, yaar. ये faculty में ही ज़्यादा जोश है. Appraisal is tied up with this. Okay, students, can we please welcome, I think, across the globe, some brilliant speakers, some thought leaders, some industry experts, and people who are going to show us the way, maybe confuse us, complicate us, and a topic which for many is uneasy, for many is confusing, and for many is not the future, but the present. One more time, a thunderous applause. Each and every one of you, can we shout? Put our hands together and kindly welcome on stage all our dignitaries. KU, I request you all to kindly stand up and welcome them. Absolute Indian hospitality. One more time, put your hands together, everyone. In absolute random order, I'm going to request you to Keep applauding, taaliyan bajni chahiye, ekdam non-stop for Sujit Kumar ji, Stephen sir, Pradyumna sir, Bhavar Rathod sir, Ashish Mohan ji, Jens, Wong, and of course Dr. Manoj Singh sir. And without further delay, I'm going to call our president, Shri Ritesh Hada sir, to start with the felicitation and the lamp lighting ceremony. Could we please have all the dignitaries on stage? Ritesh sir, could we have you on stage for the lamp lighting as well? Requesting the team to kindly play the Saraswati Vandana. Thank you and welcome once again. Those behind, can you hear my voice? Give me a yes. Super. I am sorry. I'm standing out, as usual, outstanding, but my riser is not here, so I have no choice but to stand like this. Good morning, everybody. My name is Preeti Das. I'm the director of the Karnavati Center for Experiential and Immersive Learning, a crime reporter, a stand-up comedian, and an actor. And it's been 7 years and a pleasure to constantly host the Ahmedabad Design Week on behalf of Karnavati University, all our departments, and of course, UID. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you. UIDians in the house, can you give me a cheer? Oh, come on, UID, you can do better. Are you that tired with the preparations? UID, one more time. Okay, that guy gets all the attendance. We're going to quickly start with the felicitation process. I'd request Shri Ritesh Hada ji to kindly welcome and felicitate Shri Sujit Kumar sir. Taaliyan, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ritesh ji. And Sujit sir, thank you for taking time out from such a busy schedule for the 7th edition of ADW. I'd like to quickly call none other than Shri Himanshu Sharma ji to kindly felicitate Stephen sir. Taaliyan yaar. Stephen, this veena is made by the faculty members, the students, and the karigars, the craftspeople of UID. So it's hand-designed, each and every one of it. So, yes, thank you so much. I'd like to call Colonel Surojit Bose, sir, on stage, please, to kindly felicitate, I think, a dear friend of ADW, someone who's been a part of KU and UID for a very long time. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Professor Pradyumna Vyas. Welcome, sir. Professor Vyas has been a part of the entire planning process before we even gave the name ADW. Thank you so much for your constant and unconditional patience and support, sir. Next, I'd like to call Ritesh, sir, on stage once again to kindly felicitate Dr. Bhavar Rathod ji. Thank you very much, sir, both of you. I'd like to call, late applause is also always good. You can always keep applauding. I'd like to call our registrar, Dr. Tariq Ali Syed, sir, on stage. And keep the clap going. Bilkul taaliyan bajti rehni chahiye. To kindly welcome Dr. Ashish Mohan, sir. Tariq ji. Sunai nahi de raha meri awaaz wahan pe? Can you hear me? Thank you. And now, to felicitate Jens Koyemle. I hope I've got that right. If not, I apologize. And now I'd like to call Dr. K.K. Singh, sir, on stage, please. I will be giving the introductions of all before they give their speeches. Taliyan yaar, there are too many people. We should make sure that they are deafened by the applause. I'd next like to call our Dean Academics, Dr. Kusum ma'am, on stage, please, to kindly welcome One. One, is that fine? One, the pronunciation? Superb. If you could just, Dr. Kusum. Thank you, Kusum ma'am. Thanks, Juan. I'd like to call Professor Paresh Chatterjee on stage, please. Professor Paresh Chatterjee, if he's this side and you can't hear me, to please welcome Dr. Manoj Singh. Thank you very much. Before we begin with anything formal, I request all of you to constantly clap because I don't want to leave the thank yous for the end. मुझे पहले से ही क्योंकि 7 साल हो गया है ADW करके. And I want to in one breath thank everyone. I'm going to start. Team Innovation, please keep clapping for them. Our brilliant housekeeping team for being there with us all the time. Maintenance team, transportation and security, hospitality, IT, KU alumni, you've been wonderful. Student Council, KU Radio, KCEIL, our HR department, all our departments, especially a huge shout out to UID, our registrar, Dean Academics, and all our watchmen, Didi Bhaiyas. You are amazing. ADW 7.0, we stand here today because of the students, because of our team, because of our staff. A warm welcome on behalf of KU, members of the press, dignitaries, faculty members, and dear friends. We're going to quickly begin with the video of the UID FFV drone campus video. Could we please have the video, please? thank you, and it's been brilliant watching this video. To all those who've made this video, I think congratulations. And without further delay, I'd like to call our President, Shri Ritesh Haraji, on stage to kindly give us the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone, and very welcome to everyone on the stage. Friends, faculty members, friends from the media, and especially our students. Thank you and welcome to this 7th edition of Ahmedabad Design Week. At Karnavati University, we started this Ahmedabad Design Week 7 years back. उसके बाद हमने क्या किया कि हर साल एक अलग-अलग थीम लेते गए. We started from toy design, we did it on textile, we did it on craft, we did it on emerging technologies. तो इस बार जब हम बैठ के सोच रहे थे कि क्या थीम लिया जाए, what is the theme that is actually disrupting the world? So now, the only buzzword that come to all of us is AI. तो आज तक मेरे को भी नहीं समझ में आया what this AI is. So how do we actually understand and evaluate the impact of this destructive technology? ये कितनी डिस्ट्रक्टिव हो सकती है मैं आपको बताता हूँ. मैं और कर्नल बोस दोनों यूके की एक यूनिवर्सिटी में थे, and we asked them that they were actually doing a course on AI in creative practice. 3 years का bachelor's program था. I asked, hey, what is the program all about? They gave me a brief. I saw the brief. It had only a curriculum of 1 year. I said, what are you teaching in the 2nd and the 3rd year? Then they told me it is changing so fast, we cannot decide today in the 1st year that what they are going to do in the 2nd and the 3rd year. मैं बोला यार ये तो बहुत, it is completely different from what we are used to, कि 5 साल की planning करें, 10 साल की planning करें. And that event, gave me a very, very different perspective of how education is changing in the world. Means, what is the pace, what is the, interventions required, what is the changes required. So changes क्या है, अब yearly नहीं रह गए, semester wise नहीं रह गए. जो changes हो गए हैं, वो everyday basis पे हो गए हैं, if not hourly. So 2 years back, of course, all of you know, कर्नावटी यूनिवर्सिटी हमने एनवीडिया की लैब ली, कंप्यूटर सेटअप किया, एनवीडिया के सर्वर्स लगाए. वी डिड ऑल थिंग्स टू इम्प्लीमेंट एआई. 2 बेसिक सब्जेक्ट से वी स्टार्टेड दैट कि ओके विल टॉच एप्लीकेशन ऑफ एआई, विल मेक स्टूडेंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज एआई. बट लास्ट 6-8 months, आई एम टेलिंग यू, इट्स अ रेवोल्यूशन that we have been doing at Karnavati University. We have a strength of about 20 faculties who are involved in actually teaching module-based AI to all of you. And this is something, means where I think all of us has a very strong focus. And I think as a student, how you should look at, whether it is business school, whether it is school of technology, law, everywhere, where I think कि अभी तो क्या है, हमने 15% के मॉड्यूल को एक सेपरेट मॉड्यूल करके AI में कन्वर्ट किया. From next year, what we are going to do is we are going to instruct all our faculty that every 30 hours of teaching of every module, 5-6 hours has to be that discipline-based AI. This is the pace of change that we are all, seeing. So, means it's the law of the jungle now. अगर हिरन सुबेरे खड़ा होकर तेज नहीं भागेगा तो शेर खा जाएगा. If we as a university do not do better than other university, students will choose. And as a student, if you don't do better than other students, somebody else will eat up your job, somebody else will eat up your business. So, pace of technology is changing so fast. Everything that I tell to myself, I tell to my people, every executive in this organization, that by spirit, by everything, we have to provide the best. We are creating the best infrastructure. We are creating the best manpower pool for you in this industry. The only thing what I request all of you to take best use of the infrastructure and facilities that have been created for you. AI, next 3 days, 50 odd people, 50 plus people are here in this campus across from all global MNCs, from Google to NVIDIA to you name it, Microsoft, everyone have been here, and universities like SCAT, Polytechnico. So we have had industry, academics all coming together, 50 of them trying to actually explain what is, I would not call it a change, how the destruction is going to look like in the near future. So I welcome all of you to be part of this change, part of this disruption, and I hope all of you have a great time in next 2-3 days. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ritesh sir. Also, before we play the next video, I'd like to take a moment to announce something that it was a development that happened yesterday night, that the Ahmedabad Design Week in the 7th year, which is with the theme AI in Creative Practice, is now officially a pre-summit event, and this has been approved by the Government of India under the India AI Impact Summit 2026. The AI Impact Summit, which is to be held in New Delhi between the 19th and the 20th of February 2026. Now we are officially one of their first partners, collaborators, and officially a pre-summit event. So congratulations, UID, KU, and each and every one of you who have worked this hard to see 7 years of the Ahmedabad Design Week. I quickly request our team to play the ADW AI inaugural video. Keep the clap going. It's a brilliant mix of tech, AI, a lot of Karan Johar. Also moments where a lot of students says, इसमें तो हाथ पकड़ रहे हैं, हमें हाथ पकड़ने दीजिएगा campus पर. So brilliantly done video. Thank you each and every one of you. I'm going to delve quickly deep into this so that we get done and we can start with what we are waiting for. 3 days, 3 different venues, panel discussions, workshops, fun, lovely curated evenings. Without further delay, I'd like to quickly request one to kindly come on stage and speak a few words. Ladies and gentlemen, keep clapping for one who's a design specialist from ASU's Tech Computers Incorporated.
So, hello everyone. I'm Wen from ASUS Design Center in Taiwan, and I'm looking forward to give you the speech afternoon, and hope I can enjoy with the crowd and to see how you work in design field. Thank you.
Thank you. That was absolutely... You want to say something else?
Oh, no.
No, I mean, we Indians talk a lot. So we were waiting for more, but thank you. Thanks a lot, Mohan. He has some amazing sessions, so please make sure you look at the entire schedule and catch one on campus as well. Ask him whatever you want to ask, and also attend his session. Without further delay, I'd now like to call Jens, right? I'm pronouncing it horribly wrong, so excuse me. Jens, is that right? Jens. I'd like to call Jens on stage. He's the Associate Dean School of... Yeah, तालियां बजाते रहो, बहुत दूर से आए हैं, ये हमारे मेहमान हैं. Associate Dean School of Fashion and Design, Innovation, Savannah College of Art and Design. He is here as a collaborator, a partner, an industry expert, and much more. So over to you, Jens.
Thank you for having me here. It's a great, great honor, and I'm super amazed to see you all here. But most of all, I want to say one thing. I guess the whole AI discussion needs to be approached with one word, and that's optimism. It really is about positive thinking towards change and possibilities, and less about the negative side. So let's please be optimistic and enjoy the new world that's going to come. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to call Dr. Ashish Mohan, Executive Director, CII.
Thank you, and my heartiest congratulations to Karnavati University and UID for this amazing AWD 7.0. Once a round of applause for yourself, I would say. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, it's an honor to be here with you all and share my thoughts on design leadership that India as a nation should aspire for, and how it can be a progression which will take India to the leap of Viksit Bharat, being Viksit Bharat that we all aspire for. We have fantastic sessions lined up. I myself would be speaking at length in the second half of the day. But I just wanted to touch upon brief 3-4 points. To start with, when I was collecting my thoughts in the morning, I realized that how fantastically the event, the AWD, has been designed in itself. The theme which was just shared, the largest AI conclave, and which has been now taken as the pre-summit event for the Grand AI Summit to be held later in the February. So that speaks a lot about itself. But see how wonderfully the things and some divine blessings also work towards the great efforts. Today, you are celebrating AWD and it's 30th January. Many of us travel to Ahmedabad and get this chance to pay homage to Father of the Nation at the Sabarmati Ashram, because the AWD somehow coincides with 30th January. So that's a great feeling to be with all. And I think it's the blessings of our founding fathers of the country and the leadership of India, the current leadership, which is striving very hard, tirelessly to make India grow and make it a Viksit Bharat. So things come together on their own somehow and are beautifully designed. I heard that toy, textiles, and some other related subjects were among those themes which were taken in past. But AI, important, definitely most important. And with it, I would call upon all of you to keep a track on how India as a country is working and progressing on the Global Innovation Index. The Global Innovation Index, which is released by the World Intellectual Property Organization every year, highlights those points which India as a country, as a community needs to focus upon. And design is one of the prime subjects which this report has been consistently dwelling upon. So we'll talk about it. And the rise of the corporate nations. The countries which the companies which are focusing on design are becoming more powerful than a group of countries at times in terms of their total worth and GDP. This all has become possible because designers now see a future in the boardrooms. Designers now see a contribution going straight towards the GDPs of the countries. And designers now see the actual growth of the country as being anchored by their efforts. I wish you all a happy and a very successful AWD in coming 3 days and look forward to more meaningful and more interactive interactions. CII will be with you and we will work together as industry and academia collaboration to make things happen for the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ashish. And CII has always been a great support and student solidarity with the university. Thank you so much for being there. Before I call the next speaker, I'd like to acknowledge two more people sitting on the dais who will not be speaking, but it's great to have the two of you. Of course, Dr. Himanshu Sharma, Director, Karnavati University. Himanshu ji pehle se hain, matlab pehle ke bhi pehle se hain. One of, I think, the foundations. If you listen to his stories about Karnavati University, there'll be plenty, and it's amazing. Thank you for always being there. Despite a crazy schedule, you've always made sure you found time for all this. Thank you so much. He said, "Mere baare mein bolna." Now I'm saying so much that he's getting a little embarrassed. That's my USP. The next, I'd like to also acknowledge and say thank you to none other than Dr. Bhavar Rathod, sir. Please do clap for this amazing gentleman, the founder and director of Bhavar Rathod Design Studios, or of course, as we know it as BRD. हमारे मतलब मेट्रो भी कहते हैं कि BRD स्टेशन के पास से लेंगे. Premier Design and Architecture Entrance Coaching Institute in India. He is a NIFT Gandhinagar alumni with a doctorate in fashion design, and he manages over 80 plus BRD centers across the country. Thank you so much for being there, sir. If you could just, thank you, sir. Thank you. And now I'd like to call. હવે અમે એમને ઘરના માણસ જ કહીએ છીએ. He, as I said, is the reason why a lot of ADW has taken shape, has constantly changed. When he says we do legacy, we understand why he says it. When he says let's do futuristic, he has been there with us throughout, I think, putting the entire thing together. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Professor Pradyumna Vyas, President, World Design Organization. Welcome, Pradyumna sir.
Very good morning, Ahmedabad Design Week. Thank you, Preeti, for kind words, distinguished guests on the dais, and students. I'm not going to make any presentation afterwards, so I will take 2 minutes more from the other presenters who cut short their presentation in the morning.
આપણી પાસે time છે.
So I think you see this design education started in second industrial revolution, to be precise in 1904, and the entire focus of design education was basically looking into the manufacturing and other things. But in this fourth industrial revolution which we are going through, obviously the Internet of Things, robotics and all started coming in. But as Ritesh ji said, and I must compliment him because he is much ahead of time, always thinking into design education which is going. And it is disruptive. It is disruptive the way AI is happening. And I always say that it's still in stone age. And what is there in the future, we have to really look for that. It's changing so fast. But there is a role of designers, design educators, design students to play majorly. And I must say that you guys who are a student in design institutions, you are the lucky one. You are the lucky one because the country is going through a very exciting time. And when country is going through very exciting time of whatever area which you see, the economic growth, the way young population is there, the human resource which is available in India, and there is a global leadership possible in such circumstances which are there. And you know, when the country grows, the economic growth happens, and if human resources are there, the design profession, which is the creative profession, always get greater opportunity because people are looking for newer things, better quality of life, better cities, better healthcare, better education, all these things. And you guys, you are not going through the textbook, you are going through innovation. And when we talk about design, what is your expertise? Your expertise is basically people-centric, human-centric approach. And what is the strength of AI? The AI has power of scaling up, and your innovative ideas can go to the remotest part of the world or country. That is what the AI power has. And I think this mixing up of the human-centric approach which you have and the powerhouse of AI, if it is integrated, I think we can make the difference. Now let us look India. India, we have 1.4 billion population, and it's amazing country. Amazing country in the thing is that if you look the diversity of this country, socio-economic, cultural, climatic, food, all those things, it's almost like a small continent which is there. Such diversity, where will you get? And the power of AI is that you reach with your innovative ideas. Like we are the oral tradition people. We love to talk. We love to look into that. We are not very computing type, but we are very, what you call, oral powered communicating type of people. You see, you stand on the bus stop and you always ask, even if the information is there, bhai sahab, ye bus kab jayegi, kahan jayegi? That is the way we are, and that's why the mobile phone has become so powerful in this country. It has really penetrated well. Now, few points I would like to mention here for you to really take into the lab is that one is that our tradition and culture is the powerhouse of ideas. It has so many innovative ideas. Don't ignore your culture. Don't ignore your tradition. Don't ignore, because we were in the mindset, obviously our whole literacy was based on the English language, and that is the way we went. But AI is really going to allow you to penetrate in local languages, in local rural sectors, and that there is a divide in this country where the rural and urban is there. I think the creative people have tremendous possibility to really look into not smart cities but smart villages. Healthcare, I was just reading recently that people have come out with stethoscope with AI. What a wonderful idea if you think about it, a medical device which is there. It is really empowering person who may not have the knowledge of accessing the heart health, but the stethoscope will certainly analyze and do that. So the medical appliances, agriculture equipment, education, so much possibilities are there. You please deep dive in your culture, you deep dive in your other areas and see that this AI is really going to make tremendous. Don't undermine this technology the way it is going. And in fact, now you see that agentic AI is also coming up, and you must know about agentic AI, because agentic AI is, which is really fix up the goal for you. Now, other thing is that basically this AI database which is there, mostly it has been the Western-centric, the database and all are there. We need to really create our own data center. If you look the entire country's data collection, it may be just 3-4%, and rest all is centers are operating outside. So how we really create the data which are very specific to our country, and as the country is so big and so diverse, your understanding certainly will allow you to take a global leadership, and you see that you can become global leader on your own strength and not on borrowed strengths. So please respect, value what we have in our country, and be optimistic and use this technology to scale up, to see that we have an inclusive society, healthy society, educated society, and top of that, the ethical aspect, which is a very, very important aspect with AI, which is working out, how designers really bring value and ethics into this whole approach of AI. Please keep these words in mind. It's not rocket science. People are working. You can work, and you can take the lead in the country. And I wish all the best for you to come out with, see that how healthcare, education, agriculture, and other areas you use this tool, and then take the global position in this. So all the best, and all the best to the AI, the deliberations which are going to happen in next 3 days. And I'm really looking forward to see that what is the outcome, and it must also send the message to the policymakers and all, that what young people really make the difference for the better quality of life in the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Vyas. I'd now like to call Stephen Hickling, ladies and gentlemen, the British Deputy Commissioner to Gujarat and Rajasthan. Let's please put our hands together for Stephen Hickling.
Kemcho. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a real thrill to be here. I only wish I could rewind my life 32 years, because this is exactly the kind of place I'd love to come and study. I think you're a very lucky bunch of people. So I'm Steve Hickling. I'm the British Deputy High Commissioner based here in Ahmedabad. And it's the honour of my life to serve the UK and represent the UK in this amazing state of Gujarat, the most fabulous, most vibrant bit of India as far as I can see. So thank you for having me. I was looking at the question of AI with relation to the creative industries. And when you look at India and the UK together, our creative industries are worth about $200 billion. I think 30 billion in India and 170 billion in the UK. So put those together and you have an enormous sector. And in the year that we agreed the UK-India Free Trade Agreement, our countries also agreed a bilateral cultural cooperation agreement, which will catalyse cooperation between British and Indian creative businesses and cultural institutions. And this is vitally important because, as I say, the cultural creative sector is so huge. So what will AI do? Well, I think it will create a competitive advantage for creative business. So AI is becoming the standard part of the professional creative toolkit. And 78% of creative firms now, I'm told, use AI in some capacity. And firms that use AI have seen revenue surge since its introduction. So I think it means that AI is here to stay, and companies that adopt AI early will outperform those that don't. The benefits will include enhanced creativity, hopefully not replacing it, automating repetitive tasks, also democratizing access to high-quality creation. There'll be the scaling and localization of content, as we just discussed, and improving creative decision-making through data, and then opening entirely new mediums and experiences across design, film, music, marketing, fashion, all of the cultural sectors. So we see it's becoming a significant catalyst for creative potential. So huge benefits. But I think there's an enormous but, a huge but. I wouldn't feel emotionally connected to beautiful design and beautiful creativity if I thought that there was no human input. Would I care about the music if John, George, Ringo and Paul hadn't created it for the Beatles? What if Monet's Water Lilies masterpiece had been created by a machine? What if Malcolm Sayer hadn't designed the iconic Jaguar E-Type, but it had been churned out by a PC somewhere? Would we feel the same way about that beautiful, beautiful machine? What if MF Hussein's beautiful horses creation had been created using AI? Would we care about those images in the same way? My contention is that we wouldn't. We wouldn't at all care about them in the same way if there wasn't that human input. Creativity needs the human connection. For art and the creative industries to mean anything at all, the human has to be at the centre of it. So let's bank the efficiencies, let's use AI to democratise the arts, let's enhance processes through AI. But let's never lose the human inputs, because what is art and what is creativity? What is any creative endeavour unless it is at some level a reflection of what it is to be human? And so I go back to what Jens was saying. It has to be about optimism. And optimism is only delivered through that human input. So thank you. Good luck.
Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the chief guest for the ADW inaugural, Shri Sujit Kumar Ji, Honourable Member of the Parliament, Rajya Sabha. Ladies and gentlemen, Shri Sujit Kumar sir.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Good morning. Dr. Preeti mentioned that we Indians talk a lot. I wonder what would she say about Indian politicians. And as politicians, we get invited to dozens of events every week. One day we speak on Operation Sindhu, the next day on India's tourism policy, the third day on livelihood, the fourth day on blue economy, and now on AI. Whether we know the subject or not, we are invited to speak on many topics. But this is a topic which is very close to my heart. Having been an engineer turned lawyer and politician, I am very fascinated by technology and also very, very excited about the potential of leveraging technology. AI is a technology to help India become a Vikasit Bharat by 2047. Let me compliment. Thank you. Let me compliment Mr. Ritesh Hadda and his entire team for convening this wonderful initiative, the Ahmedabad Design Week. This is the 7th edition, and in Indian philosophy, we consider 7 as an auspicious number. So I'm sure this will bring lot of goodwill and lot of positivity to the university and also to all of you. And also let me congratulate you for being a pre-summit event for the India AI Impact Summit. That's just a couple of 2 weeks rather from now. And I am deeply involved with that AI Impact Summit, and I strongly urge all of you who can make it, please be part of it. It's the largest gathering of AI, largest ever. 24 head of states have already confirmed to be part of it. So if you can, please join it. I'm happy to be in this beautiful campus and seeing you all. I wish I were a student myself. But this is a very interesting interface, AI and design. My area of work is largely in the interface of AI and law. In fact, I have written a book called AI on Trial, which explores the legal liability and accountability of AI models, AI systems. But this interface of AI has now applications in every walk of life, but more so in the creative economy, in the creative world, and design being an essential area of creativity. This is a very interesting space. And it's not just about technology or tools. It's about the opportunity to help people make better choices, the opportunity to shape behavior of customers, consumers, institutions, and of the technology itself. So today, AI and design are not peripheral or not binary. They are very, very integral to each other. And it's a huge opportunity for all the designers, all the entrepreneurs here today. And Professor Vyas was saying that we are in a very exciting time. Let me tell you, there was never a better time to be an Indian. And I strongly believe that. If you have a great idea, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are contemplating starting something of your own, please do so. The kind of support which Government of India and all state governments are providing is unbelievable. So if you have an idea in the AI space or design space, please make the most of it. So, and also in fact, the Stanford AI Index has ranked India as the third largest AI ecosystem in the world after US and China. Now, when I grew up, design meant aesthetics. In fact, when someone told me this is a great design, obviously I would have assumed that, it looks really good, cool and better. But today, design is not just about aesthetics, but it's about how things behave. What content we see, what choices are nudged, what credit do we get, what opportunities reach us. So design has moved from just aesthetics to human behavior, to choices that human beings make, government makes. And because we are a 1.4 billion country, with a population of 1.4 billion, when you have choices, when you have design choices impacting such a large population, then it becomes an issue of public policy. Often I'm asked, why has AI become a buzzword? Mankind has always seen innovation. For 10,000 years, we have seen right from the invention of the wheel to the printing press, to steam engine, to computers, aeroplanes, computers, internet. The biggest difference, in my view, the single most difference between all the previous innovation and AI is that for the first time in human history, machines have started behaving autonomously. And machines have started developing some kind of cognitive skills. If you reflect on this, it might sound scary that machines have started developing cognitive skills. And in fact, in my book, sorry for shamelessly promoting my book, but I'll do that. Being a politician, I'll not miss the opportunity to promote myself. But, I have cited many case studies in the book where one would imagine just 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that this is from a science fiction, but they are reality today. 2 examples I'll give. Today, many young teenagers, very unfortunately, are developing unhealthy relationship with AI chatbots, AI models. And the first instance of a young boy committing suicide, being motivated and encouraged by an AI system, was in the US, in the state of Florida. This was in 2024. 14-year-old boy, and I don't have the time to read out the exact transcript between the boy and the AI chatbot, but this has become a very, very dangerous trend. In India also, we have a youth from Lucknow who has committed suicide, being motivated and prompted by an AI model. So what does it tell us about the ethical aspects of design? Now the funny thing is, well, actually it's a tragic thing, that who is liable in this case? Is it the designer sitting in Bangalore who has designed or written the lines of code? Or is it the company, the startup company which has developed this model? Who is liable? There are lawyers in the room. Section 306 of Indian Penal Code, of course now we have BNS, punishes abatement to suicide. But the catch is that the abater has to be a human being. Only a human being can be an accused. In this case, the AI chatbot, the first example which I gave, the name of the startup company is called Character.ai. So a couple of engineers, they got out of Google and they founded this startup company to give relationship advice largely to youngsters. But just look at the tragic development. The way the model got designed, that teenagers, youngsters are committing suicide. So ethics has to be the most important aspect of any AI design, any design which has technology in its in its development. Now, as I said, previous technologies only automated labor, but current technologies, particularly ML, IoT, AI, they are automating judgment, and this is the scary part. This is the scary part. I give you this tragic example. Let me give you a comical example. You can Google it. It's not from science fiction. It is a reality which happened in Shanghai. One robot, let's call him a senior robot, motivated 12 junior robots to go on a strike. So, using an algorithm, the senior robot calculated that they are working more hours than other robots in other factories. So this guy, robot, I'm calling, he was able to convince 12 robots which were deployed later than when it was deployed, that let's go on a strike. And the 12 robots actually went on a strike. This is the first example probably of robotics industrial action in the world. So just imagine the direction in which we are heading. So from tragic to comic to examples which have huge implications for our public policy, huge implications for our legal world. Unfortunately, regulation always lags behind innovation. That has been the norm for millennia. But in the case of AI, you don't have any regulatory framework in the world today. We have the EU AI Act, which is very stringent and probably not conducive for our context. And this is where I agree with Professor Vyas when he said that we need to develop SLMs. We don't need to copy the US or China. We should not at all. And being a member of parliament, I'm a member of the parliamentary IT committee, and I have been urging Government of India, MeitY and others that let's not chase LLMs. That's not our forte. We should design small language modules, SLMs, which are contextual, which are relevant to solve our needs, our challenges. And we have plenty. All of you would agree that as a developing country with 1.4 billion population, with so much of diversity and complexity, we have n number of challenges. Healthcare challenges, education, giving access to education to all our kids, challenges with agriculture, disaster management. So let's focus on building and designing small small modules, small language modules, SLMs, which are relevant to India. In fact, there are many successful SLMs that have come out, many successful application layers that have come out of India. Kutrim, some of you might know about. Bhasini, I need to tell you that you will be really proud to note that we are the only parliament in the world where a member of parliament can speak in any of the 22 official languages. And of the 22, we have the capability now to have real-time translation and transcription in 11 of the 22 official languages. Name me one parliament. I don't think even the European Parliament has this capability. And it's completely homegrown. I was part of the committee which the Honorable Speaker of Lok Sabha had constituted to allow a member to speak in any of the Indian official languages. Just a year ago, if I were to speak in any language other than Hindi or English, I had to give a 24-hour notice period to the Parliament Secretariat because they had to arrange for translators and transcribers. Not anymore. Today, I'm from Odisha. I can speak in Odia and it gets translated to other 10 languages on a real-time basis. This is the power of design that we are talking of. 100% Atmanirbhar. We spoke to Google, we spoke to Meta, we spoke to a couple of startups from the US. But the budget which Google quoted, with all due respect to Google, I'm a great fan of Google, the budget which Google quoted is probably half of Indian Parliament's budget. So then we went to Bhasini, which is a MeitY, Ministry of IT product. We went to Anubadini. Anubadini is Ministry of Education's language product. We got them to shake hands, Bhasini and Anubadini, and today we have this wonderful product because of this confluence of design and technology. Now, with a 1.4 billion population and with a small base, any sector you pick up, transportation, mobility, renewable energy, you have the opportunity to scale, to build your product, to build your startup at scale. And if something works in India, trust me, it works across the globe, at least in the global south. This is why, Honorable Prime Minister has been championing the cause of the global south. And we are fortunate that we have a Prime Minister today who understands technology like no other world leader. With all due respect to all the world leaders, Prime Minister Modi is so comfortable with technology, which is so unusual for a politician, which is so unusual for someone at that level. We are known for frugal innovation. Many of you have read about it, frugal innovation. There's a brilliant book on it. The great management guru C.K. Prahlad also wrote a book on the bottom of the pyramid. So if you design frugally, if you design for the bottom of the pyramid in India, then there's a huge opportunity for you to impact not 100, not 1,000, but millions of lives, and also make ample money for yourself. And finally, our design should be inspired by our civilizational values. We are a 5,000-year-old civilization, more. Some would argue even more. And my next book is on, that will probably take 8-9 more months. But I'm making a case that AI has been deeply influenced by the ancient Hindu and Buddhist philosophy. You might have heard of the philosophy of Sunyata, nothingness, philosophy of nothingness. That led to the invention of zero. We are the country that gave the world zero. And what is AI? Simple, 0-1 binary. Any line of code is simple 0-1 binary, right? So without zero, imagine an AI world. I challenge you to think of an AI world without the invention of zero. So our design should be inspired by our civilizational values. We need to go back to our roots. Yes, I'm not saying that, we need to make up stories about anything. But there is a lot of wisdom and knowledge in our ancient texts, which I request all the designers, all the entrepreneurs, all the students to refer to. And finally, how much more time do I have, Priti? 5 more? So India has this moral advantage. Because of our civilization, we have the moral advantage in shaping human-centric AI design. And that is the core of India's AI ecosystem. Our AI ecosystem has to be human-centric. Our AI ecosystem has to democratize technology to our masses. Even today, if AI is not helping a tribal woman in my district of Kalahandi, or if it's not helping a tribal or a disadvantaged youth in Meghalaya, then I don't think that AI or that AI design is of much relevance. So given that, India has this moral advantage in shaping human-centric AI design, and given, because I'm in the public life, I'll talk of, the way AI can transfer public service delivery. How many of you have heard of DPI? I'm pretty sure everyone in this room would have used DPI at some point of time. Real-time transaction, digital public infrastructure, UPI भी कहते हैं. Can you guess how many transactions happen in a month on UPI in India? Any guess? Just give a guess. 20 billion, B, not M, not million. 20 billion UPI transactions take place every month. Real-time transaction, safe. In a split second, you are able to receive money or transfer money just by using this DPI. And now with AI DPI, it's even getting more and more safe and transparent. Last year, in 2025, in calendar year 2025, Your Excellency Stephen, I'll like to just bring to your attention that last year we had 200 billion transactions, UPI transactions in 1 year. And when I tell these numbers to my American, European friends, it takes them a couple of minutes to even understand, ho kya raha hai? 200 billion transactions. How many zeros? 200 into 9 zeros. So that is the number of transactions we did in our country in a single year. Imagine the transformation this has brought to the lives of our street vendors, to our auto rickshawalas, to our vegetable vendors. So this is the power of good design. This is the power of, oftentimes we criticize the government, that government is not good at conceiving or delivering things. But UPI was entirely designed by Government of India. Of course, then startups and fintech companies, they added different layers. But just think of the brilliance of the creativity, brilliance of the design, which is proudly our product. Now, when you design something with the help of AI or with the help of technology, any other technology, we need to be cognizant of the fact that the design has to be trust-based. I gave the example of this teenager committing suicide. And now there are more than a dozen such incidents. So what purpose does it solve if your design or your product is causing harm to human beings, is bringing biasness? There was a study in the US where black women were 30 times less likely to have a positive review as compared to white males. In the AI, if you give a prompt, let's say to ChatGPT, I'm not singling out ChatGPT, but if you give a prompt, how reliable is this, this African woman? Same prompt about, let's say, John, who is a white male in America. John is likely to get positive reviews 30 times more compared to, let's say, Rebecca, who is a black woman. So this is the danger that we are staring at. And in a country like ours, where we have many fault lines, caste fault lines, religion, language, one needs to be very, very careful when you design, that your design is not, or your AI design is not causing some unintended consequences. Or you might be harming someone unintentionally. So, given in the interest of time, I'll not take much more time. I'll just end by appealing to all the students here that you are so fortunate to be studying in a university which is, I guess, a couple of steps ahead of other academic institutions. I get to interact with students pretty much from every higher education institute in the country. But I can say it with utmost conviction that this interface of innovation and design, interface of AI and design, probably has not been discussed as much as it's being done in Karnavati University. And this, I think, deserves salute, that you are thinking a couple of steps ahead. I will end by recalling Professor Ifemo Ejenwal, who powerfully reminds us that artificial intelligence is finite, bounded by data. Because at the end of the day, any model is trained on data. And the adage that we have, the garbage in, garbage out, it depends on the kind of data you input to the AI model. So be cognizant of that. Be careful when you design your AI model, when you design something using AI, what kind of data you are providing. So Professor Ajunwa reminds us that, and I'm quoting him, artificial intelligence is finite, bounded by data, but human creativity is infinite, bounded only by life itself. So there can never be a substitute to human intelligence. Despite what you hear that there will come a time in the next couple of years where human intelligence will parallel the machine intelligence will be at par with human intelligence, I don't think that is ever going to happen. Yes, machines will become more and more intelligent, machines will become more and more autonomous, but human intelligence is infinite. So you need to keep that in mind when you design for humanity. And last bit, because there are some law students, I'm told, the last bit which I challenge you all is to think about the intellectual property aspect of AI. Whatever you are designing, who owns that intellectual property? Today, let's say I go to ChatGPT and I give some prompts, ask the ChatGPT to write a beautiful poem describing how beautiful Ahmedabad is. Obviously, I'll get an output. Now, who owns the copyright? Who is the owner of that poem? Who is the author of that poem? In India, we have trademark, patent, copyrights, and design as intellectual property. My argument is that we need a new class of intellectual property, what I'm calling machine-generated intellectual property class. It's a clumsy name, but we can call it something else. Because as long as we do not recognize that this is a new asset class, this is a new output. The Indian Copyright Act was drafted in 1950s, 75 years ahead. Technology has evolved. So we need to evolve with the time and just keep that legal aspect in mind, keep that regulatory aspect in mind, that anything that you design will have a lot of regulatory consequences, legal consequences. So please make sure that your output, your model, your design does not fall foul of the law. And I wish you all the best. We are the most youthful nation on earth. 50% of our population is under 25. So this is the best time to be an entrepreneur. This is the best time to design something. This is the best time to start something. And just imagine the market potential, the market size that you have, 1.4 billion Indians, of which 700 million, 70 crore हमारी जनता 25 साल से कम है. So all the best to you, all the best to the university, and thank you again for inviting me for this.
Thank you very much, Sujit sir, and especially to highlight, I think, the many other sides of AI that we keep talking about. Thanks a ton for this. I'd also like to quickly acknowledge and thank Dr. Manoj Singh sir, CEO of Rubica India, to join us today. And thank you for being there with us. Without further delay, I'd like to call Colonel Bose, HOI, UID, to kindly come on stage and deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Preeti ma'am. Good morning to you all. Firstly, it's a profound honor to be here addressing students who have come in record numbers. So let's give a big shout out to our students, not only for today, the back-end installations and being part of ADW for a very long time. Let me also extend profound thanks to our august speakers who have spoken and given you some insights about AI from stage. A big round of thanks for them. Now, as the world is pivoting towards AI, and we have seen two recent examples without names, one in our neighborhood and one south of the Americas, where AI has played a very profound and important part in getting whatever was targeted for. But today, we are talking about AI in creative practice. You heard the president. When we went around, we found that this is one thing that we need to move ahead of the curve. We have the next 3 days of some of amazing, amazing speakers here who will be talking about every aspect, and I would like our curious students to ask as many questions there. Now, there is a whole round of, let's say, surround sound of AI. At one end, there is prediction that AI is a bubble. And then we see SoftBank putting $30 billion on OpenAI. So where do we stand? So we would get the answers of how the world is reshaping creative practice, education, and the future of design. I would like to specially mention the faculty and the heads of department who have adopted, and made AI as integrated part of their creative practice and also into the classroom. We started a journey long back, first by setting up an AI hub, then getting a team of AI, a number of AI hackathons which the students liked very much, as also bringing it into creative practice. I hope these 3 days, starts a new journey, which is not a one-time decision where we are open to change. We continue with continuous learning. We have a governance of strong, ethical, and responsible AI, and above all, the creative courage to take today's dialogue and the next 3 days forward so that we can truly be the precursor to the Global Design Summit to be held in the month of February. So as was announced, ADW is one of the partners, but next 3 days would really be what we can stand and be proud precursor to the Global Summit. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all, Preeti ma'am. Just one announcement. On stage, we move next to the G block basement, where as a new feature of our infrastructure, we inaugurate the Sound Engineering Hub. Thank you all very much.
But before that, we're going to be ushering you inside because the press wants to speak to each and every one of you for a quick bit. So without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as I would love to declare Ahmedabad Design Week, 7th edition, officially open. Next 3 days of chaos, the method behind the madness, AI, is it the future, the many dangers of it, and a lot of crazy things, and hoping that AI helps with a better riser next time. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, each and every one of you. I request Colonel Bose and his team to kindly usher our guests to where the press is waiting. Thank you, each and every one of you. There's a quick lunch break, and then 3 sessions, 3 different venues. Karnavati University, Hati Singh Visual Arts Center, and iHub. iHub is on day 2. Kindly look at the schedule given to each and every one of you. Also, I'd like to welcome and say thank you to a lot of students who are from outside of Karnavati University. Thank you all for being there. It's nice to see such a contagious energy. Thank you, each and every one of you, and I'm going to see you at the next ADW and on campus. Look at the installations. कोई सुनने वाला है नहीं, सब attendance कर लिए भागेंगे. कोई बात नहीं है. Just be very careful, students. I request you to make sure that you do not crowd the lift. Volunteers, can you please help? All our amazing student volunteers, can you please help? Colonel Bose, can I invite you for a group photo quickly? Group photo, and then you take them out. The volunteers, please help make sure that the staff and faculty are safe and sound. I request all the staff, faculty members of KU to just stay back till the students leave. Sayogita ma'am. It's nice. Sayogita ma'am. सुनी नहीं रही है, आवाज ही नहीं जा रहा. Don't go. I'm going to hug you. Volunteers, please make sure that there is no rushing, pushing, dhakka mukki.